For example, I really believe that, for example, let's imagine I have an e-commerce and I am selling, I don't know, bijuteria. You know, there's it's the same word in English. I don't know how is it in English. Kind of jewelry, right?
Yeah.
So bijuteria is the same in Portuguese and Polish. So that's why I know you understand. So this is and imagine this e-commerce is offline because of a cyber attack.
Yeah.
What is the impact on the society? Like, oh, few people will be without the jewelry on that day, or some people will miss a present, a gift, or something, right? Okay, when I think further,
for the people that works in that company.
Yeah. When I go further, then I can think, okay, but people working for me on my company, they might work extra hours, they might have some stress, I might lose some money. This might impact on my business itself. The worst case, I shut down, I fire people, I bankrupt, right? This is one scenario. But now let's imagine I am a bank and I am offline. Apart from this company problem, the worst case, I got bankrupt as a bank, which is, I would say, it's impossible, but for the exemplification. But what's the impact on the society? Like how millions of people would not be able to get their money, to pay for their bills, to use their resources, right? Or I don't know, I'm another company that that the impact on the society itself it should dictate my security posture. So I really love what you guys said, like training, etc., etc. But I see this movement that squads or teams, they are empowered, they decide their technology, their frameworks, their blah 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 blah. They also decide if they want to do security or not. Usually companies doesn't have this guidelines or this enforcement, So I really like the dictator style. Like, we will not release any software without all test A, B, and C. We will not deploy to production without this scan or this, and after this analysis. Marco said we have a high vulnerability, but there's no business impact, or we have a medium vulnerability, high business impact. So when companies have this structure and this policy enforced, and I saw, you can check my LinkedIn, 30 companies I worked already. I just saw this in one company. Deployments was once a week and Wednesdays. If you miss the window, it will deploy next week. Doesn't matter if it's urgent, doesn't matter if you impact the business, it will follow the window, right? You need to check, you need to run the SaaS to fix the issues. There will be pen testing, you need to fix, blah, blah, blah. So there was a lot of really enforcement that was working. Teams were not allowed to bypass these kind of things, among other things, right? So this is the problem that I'm bringing here. I really like this approach of enforcing things from the business perspective, as soon as the business know the impact on the society. If your business is knowing, like bijuteria e-commerce, like, okay, we can kind of do the way we want.
Yeah.
But when you are a bank, or I don't know, a hospital, or I don't know, more critical infrastructure, for example, there's no space for this. There's space for training, learning. I understand, but there's no space for let's see, maybe we can bypass this. That's my mindset,
Let's flip a coin.
I really like this dictator posture, but I know that doesn't work for other companies. Like for startups that they need to build 2-3 new features in a week for marketing or for competition. I understand, but if their business criticalities for the society might have an impact, big impact, like it's not acceptable, right? You can't do something like this.
Power plants,
autonomous cars, all these things. Like, there is no space for this kind of let's see if we do security or not.
Oi, gostou desse corte? Então te aconselho a seguir o perfil, que tem muito mais conteúdo, e também te convido a continuar o episódio completo na íntegra.